Hello, Jamie here, also known as just Jamie around Digiland, and I'm just gonna show you a little bit about my paint shop styles and just to give you a few tips and to show you what it's all about. First, the pack comes with a bonus brush set. So when you load them up in your Photoshop, I'll just grab one here. Just to note that I prefer to use brushes all the time on white paper or near white or very light paper. The same applies to real life in paint. If you take a green piece of Bristol board and go to town with your watercolors, it's not going to look very good. That's just a fact. So this is why I prefer to use them on near white paper, because brushes look better, just like in real life. That's just a personal tip I'll give you. So for this purpose, I'm showing you on a background you can see here is kind of gesso, a warm gesso type of paper. So once you have your brush here, you basically go to the styles and start applying them to see what you like best. I find these are actual painted textures that I've done with numerous media types such as gelatos or water-soluble crayons and such over the course of a while now that I've been collecting, and I use this in my personal stash. So when you see me making brushes, this is the same kind of techniques I do. I extract the brushes, I extract the texture, and I apply it to the brush. That way you can get some really cool looking effects. Now you can see that these textures are already colored, and if you don't like that for whatever reason, you could just basically, I'm going to duplicate this layer just to show you here and hide this for later. Recolor it like you would any other thing, like a flower or something. You could go into your hue saturation. I just press Command U for that as a shortcut. And basically, you could play with the hue. Now, usually that doesn't look very nice, but when you know how to fiddle with it a bit, you can come over here. Say you wanted to do a blue color of some sort. So take it over to the closest blue you can find. See, I'm going to start with this. This is the blue I'm looking for. So I'm actually going to, you can either hike the saturation or desaturate it a bit. I'm just going to leave mine around here. Click OK. And I'm going to go Command B to bring up my color balance. And this is what I like to do. I like to fiddle with these sliders. You see this? So it's getting nicely saturated. Well, that's a pretty color. What you can also do is go to Image Adjustments and Selective Color and select your base color here. Let's try cyans. And basically, I would go in and start messing around to, get the nice tone that I'm looking for. This is only if you wanted to. A little secret here to bring out some texture. I go into the white. Sometimes it depends. Let's try neutrals. Do you see how I took the neutral here and I dropped it all the way down there? And it really brought this texture out. Yeah, that's kind of like a little trick that I like to use sometimes. Yeah, usually it's just the neutral. Depends what kind of texture you're working with, but with this one in particular, it looks like the neutrals was the best to fiddle around with. See, this almost takes it away, but it does soften it up. So if you're looking for a really soft kind of brush, there you go. Take the neutrals. It's a bit of play. You really need to play with it. And but if you really want to go a little farther to make your brushes look a little more realistic and a lot more unique, I highly suggest, giving these styles a try to give you the base texture. Because we all know that when you take the brush and you apply a simple color to it, it's kind of bland. Let's admit it. It's fine, but it's a little bland. So, start with a texture and, you know, change the color. Let's turn this into pink. Let's turn this into a nice pink color over here. Let's start with this. That's a nice one. I'm gonna start, that looks nice. But this is a bold pink. What if you want to make it a light pink? I take up my levels, Control L or Command L, and I'll take that middle and I'll bring it up like this. It's light. Now it's too saturated, too magenta for me. So I might want to go in my color balance, add some more yellow there. And I might actually go into the selective color again and try those neutrals and see what happens. See what I mean? You can come in here and, you know, the sky is the limit, really. Actually, this is more of a red, isn't it? And you can just basically play with it there. You might even want to duplicate the layer. And no, I don't like that. And make it an overlay. Oh, that, yeah, this isn't working out. Let's just back up. Sometimes, yeah, okay, there you go. I duplicated it and put it at multiply to make it stick out. Really, it's just, this is all about playing and having fun in Photoshop and experimenting, which I do a lot. So I recommend that you do that as well. Another note is with the patterns here, if you duplicate, or not, sorry, if you double click the effects and make sure you're on the pattern overlay, here, go like this, and you can move the pattern around to wherever you like it. So that's another just trick, in case you didn't already know that. So that's really everything. Almost everything. I really think this is cool using splatter type brushes like this one in the pack, and applying brushes really makes it look cool. I just love the fact that, you know, you've got this kind of different tone, this different levels of black and white. So you have some transparent and you have some dark brushes here, and when you apply the patterns on that, they just look really cool, I think, personally. Do you see how neat that looks? That's really cool. You could even try doing this. This is what I've been known to do sometimes. Let's pick something here. Let's pick a pink. Okay. And I'm going to rasterize this layer. I'm going to add a layer on top of it, and I'm going to click it by holding my Alt and putting my mouse right in between the two layers here. And I'm going to take another brush. Let's go ahead and take that same brush, and I'm going to click here and apply another brush. You might have to duplicate it to make it seem apparent. Do you see what's happening here? And let's add another one. I'm going to add a blue a little bit maybe. See, layering patterns on the brushes is a pretty cool little trick I do too. Maybe I don't like that one. Maybe I want this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. It just depends, you know. And obviously, if you duplicate it, it will be a stronger effect. Excuse me. So yeah, that's another trick if you're interested in kind of layering and clipping brushes upon brushes. It doesn't always work, but in this case, when you have speckles around like that, it works so much better. So yeah, that's it. And again, the link is in the description in case you wanted to pick up this pack. Thanks for watching.